In this video, we're going to be running through the Coruscant expansion mod for KOTOR 2. This is a mod I've been wanting to play for quite a while now, and I have done a couple trial runs of it up to now. You could probably casually run through it in about 30 minutes or less. Originally, I planned on having this expansion mod as part of my male exile playthrough for KOTOR 2, and I always knew it was not compatible with M478. But it turns out it's not compatible at all with the Restore Content mod at all. You can only play this mod as part of the vanilla version of the game, so that's what we're in right now. So because of that, I decided my male exile playthrough, I'm just going to play the same as my Mitra playthrough, and then I'm just going to be doing this video on the side, but as Mitra Sirik. This is not the same save file that I used for my Mitra Sirik playthrough. This is a game that I did not complete about 3 years ago now at this point. But without saying anything any further, we'll just go ahead and get started. So Coruscant is just west of Onderon here. Coruscant, climate temperate, terrain cityscape, docking Jedi Temple landing pad. No cutscene for Coruscant at all. And on a side note, this is the first video I'm doing on the channel with commentary. So hopefully you can hear everything alright. Try to do a blend between the music, the voice, although there won't be too many voice lines spoken in this mod. But of course my voice as well. And I'll try and talk through some of the small things about this mod, and we'll go through some of the items that you can find. You can find a lot of interesting items here. So we'll take Atten and Visas with us. Initial look at Coruscant. And yes, the entire mod is basically a reskin of both Nar Shaddaa and the Jedi Enclave on Dantooine. It does have some nice, or it has a nice look to it. I would say this is a relatively convincing Coruscant. Various cleaning droids out and about. Can't go through this door at all, but you do have the Jedi Temple right here. It's 2 Republic soldiers. Halt citizen, this is a restricted area. Hold on a second, you're a Jedi. Admiral Seed is granting you access to the temple, and any resources are at your disposal. Just open the door for you, and you can talk to them again. It's good to finally see a Jedi around here again. Sith assassins have infiltrated the Jedi Temple, so it'll probably be a problem later on. I want to talk to this protocol droid first. It's so good to see you, Master Jedi. How may I help you? And if you have a high enough intelligence, you'll get this extra line. It's been a long time. Could you give me the layout of the temple? Why, certainly. Yes, Master Jedi. Thanks. And it'll give you the map. And these other 2 lines here, where is the Jedi Archive? It's directly on the opposite side from the entrance. Thanks. And then, how do I get to the council chambers? Behind the meditation fountain, there is a hallway. The first door on the left will take you to the turbo lift. Thanks. And it's basically the exact same as the Enclave. There are some differences, like the turbo lift that we'll go to later for the council chambers. But we'll go ahead and go through around the entire Enclave first. Go there last. There are a lot of locked doors here, so it would help taking someone that has a high security skill with you. At this point in the save file that I have, I only completed Dantooine.
Pure Bazak.
And I ended up landing on Nar Shaddaa, and then for whatever reason I just haven't completed the run of this campaign since. Although it's a very similar build for Mitra Sirik.
Pure Bazak.
KOTOR 2 walkthrough that I have done. It's a Jedi Consular / Jedi Master. Show the specs off real quick. Consular Master. Very high wisdom for this point in the game. Light side mastery.
My life is
I hear you.
That was Mitra for you. Some of these maintenance droids here, of course, they're too busy to talk to you. And there's this one lone Republic soldier that you'll find in the actual temple. It's good to finally see a Jedi around here again. Interesting, they would only have one guard in here, or they had 3. But still, even with 3, that's not enough, I think. So you have this computer terminal here to get access into this room, and I'll mention this. There are 2 areas where you'll find a lot of equipment, and this is the first room. The second one you'll find down here in this restricted access area. Lots of good items that you can get very early on in the game. There's not a specific point where you can do the Coruscant mod. I'm pretty sure you can do it immediately after you get the Ebon Hawk back from Atris on Telos. So you can really upgrade your character very early on. But you have to be Mitra to access or to bypass this security login. Open the armory door. And I think you'll be attacked. Nope.
Everyone down! Everyone down!
How may I serve?
Just say the word.
Go through and pick up all this equipment. There's quite a bit of it. So this first container here is basically one of all the different types of lenses you can get for the lightsaber. This one's all the emitters. This one's all the power cells or the energy cells. And this one will be all the crystals.
Pure Bazak.
And 2 of just about all the crystals you can get in this game. In fact, I think this is all of it. So if there's a particular crystal you've been hunting for and you have not found it up to this point, this mod will hook you up. Usually I try to go for the silver crystal, but it oftentimes it's difficult to find. Some lightsabers.
Pure Pazak.
The various armor that allows you to use the Force still with no restrictions.
Pure Pazak.
Mostly Jedi robes here. You have Norse robes and the Jedi Master robes, which are typically hard to find.
Let me take
in
care of
the
this.
Base game.
Pure Pazak.
Unless you fight Master Vrook, that is. But then here's all your specialty robes, like Nomi's robes, Thawne's robes, Jolie's robes. It's very hard to find Jolie's robes. I rarely find them, even with the restore content mod.
Pure Pazak.
And the various crystals that you can get to upgrade your lightsaber. Hurricane Crystal you normally can't get until Malachor, so it's nice to get it this early. The Kyber Crystal and the Sapphire I rarely find at all. This one as well I hardly ever find. The Ultima Pearl, don't recall finding that one too much, but it's nice to get all these fairly early on in the game. Make your character very powerful. I believe we're going to get attacked here again.
More where that came from.
My life is
I hear you.
yours.
Shroud of Ashla and the Bendu's Blade of Light. I believe these two are specific to this mod. I don't recall finding those at all in the 20 years I've been playing this game. Various headgear and gauntlets. Force masks.
Let me take care of this.
And Nomi's armband and Keldroma's belt. Some good items. I will point out a few of these that are typically difficult to find. So, Shroud of Ashla. Origins of these robes are unknown. It is believed that they were discovered on Endu Prime, the home of the Bendu monks. These predecessors of the Jedi referred to the Force simply as the Ashla. These robes offer superior protection from the Bogan or dark side of the Force. Very interesting bit of lore there. I'm not sure if that is a part of the expanded universe, but regardless, it is fascinating to me. Of course, Jolie's robes here, you have to be neutral to wear those. So it's pretty much only beneficial for a character like Kreia. And just about everything else here is the same of what you get in any other game. We'll point out the Bendu's Blade of Light here. Order of the Dai Bendu was one of the many ancient organizations that studied the Force prior to the birth of the Jedi Order on Tython. Another interesting bit of lore. So this is Area 1 of all the equipment you can find. And that's pretty much the whole point of this mod, is just gain some nice items early on in the game. It doesn't really build on the story or anything like that. So this is where the two Republic soldiers
My life
were
is
attacked.
yours.
Go there in a minute.
Let me take care of this.
I believe we'll be attacked here yet again.
Pure Pazak.
Alright, so I think this is another opportunity where you can get infinite experience. If you've been around or have been familiar with KOTOR 2 for a long time, you would know in the base game you have the infinite experience glitch that you can get in the cave on Corbin there with the Hissus. Well, here's another opportunity at that. You have this training computer. What skills do you wish to practice? So you can practice lightsaber combat. This exercise will increase your ability with lightsaber, the Juyu lightsaber form. Begin training hologram. As far as I know, you pretty much do this lightsaber combat to infinity, get 275 experience each time. Practice. Previously, when I ran through this in the last couple days, I did this 5 to 10 times. It doesn't seem to be occasionally the hologram will drop some remaining. But that is an opportunity for you. You have this blaster bolt deflection one as well. Remote droid. Do it the right way. Some of them do drop some remains as well. Right? So that's a good way to build up some experience. If you're willing to do it for enough hours, you could get to that magical level of 50, which I think is where it's capped at in this game. And it does take your companions out of the party.
How may I serve?
So here we have the archives, or at least a section of the archives. I imagine the Jedi Temple in Coruscant would have a much bigger archive as well. Just give you a look real quick. Have the statue of Master Dorak there. So I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Dorak. Have this computer console here. Yes, the Jedi Archive. I may be able to guide you through disabling the security protocols. That's coming from Kreia. It seems the back door I left in place as Jedi Historian is still intact. You may now access its database. You attack again.
More where that came from!
Some pretty nice upgrades on these blasters for bases and action. Alright, so welcome to the Jedi Archive. How do you wish to proceed? All this computer is pretty much good for is giving you some extra force powers and some force forms if you do not have them already. So security access, we'll go through this first. Additional materials for study are located within the restricted access storage room. Only masters are allowed to access to materials dealing with knowledge of the dark side. So you can try and downloading the security codes, but you're denied because you need to get those directly from the council chambers. So we'll go through all these force techniques. So you have various ones here. So resist force attacks. You learn force or force resistance. Force immunity, and these powers are all just given you for free, and then there's nothing left for you more to learn once you exhaust that option. Next you go to treat injury, revitalize. Oops. Learn revitalize, improved revitalize, and Master Revitalize. Now you can't get Master Revitalize until you're level 21. And as you can see, I'm only 18 right now. But despite that, you can still get it. And I believe that's it. Yep. Then we have Persuade, so you have Mind Trick, which I believe I already have. It doesn't give you a notification or anything saying you've learned a new power, you just have to check in your inventory. And then you have Force Confusion here. And that's it for the Persuade options. And then next, Awareness, Manipulation of Electricity. That does lead to Force Storm. Learn Shock, Warning, use on organics is considered a dark side act. Recommended use on droids. So Jedi, we're learning Force Lightning. Yep. If they were deemed worthy. Force Storm. I believe that's it for that as well. Yep. So now we have Force Storm. Inventory, and that's it for those. Force forms, I don't think I need any more at this time, so can't do much with that, and that's it. It's a good way to give you some extra force powers, some handy ones at that, and some force forms if you happen to be missing some still.
Just say the word.
So painting's got a little stuck here.
Let me take care of this.
Getting attacked again.
More where that came from. I hear you.
So this is the area where we have to get the codes to get beyond this door.
The honor is mine.
Storage is restricted to masters only. You do not have the codes.
My life is yours.
I hear you. Let me take care of this.
I think there's one more
Let me
spot
take care
to
of
be
this.
attacked here.
More where that came from.
Hadn't really put some heat on that pistol. Doing some good work.
Just say the word.
And we do have this room on the side here, which does happen to have some foot lockers.
Let me take care of this.
My life is yours.
That's around the whole Jedi Temple. All we have left really is the council chambers, security area, and this spot here. Where is that? There it is. Walk here. Many Jedi have come to this fountain to meditate. Peaceful sound of the water helps clear your thoughts and calm the mind. Meditate. And you get force points increase. Come over here and you will be attacked. Chambers are that way. Got this footlocker here. It does have a random item in it every time.
Just say the word.
I think we might get attacked in here as well.
The honor is mine.
Right. So you have to be feature again to bypass the security, access the council chambers. Already have Force Storm, then Force Confusion. I rarely use this power, if ever. In fact, I find it more of an annoyance, if anything. Head to the council chambers. Now, this area on OBS can sometimes be a little buggy, so hopefully it doesn't show up that way on your end. But here we are. Area where we face exile. So we'll look at the rest of it here in a moment. But first we'll go to this computer panel. Welcome to the Council Chambers computer. How do you wish to proceed? Download the security codes from the restricted access area. Security codes uploaded. We have come for what is rightfully ours. In your head, Jedi.
More where that came from.
So the one Sith Assassin or Sith Lord does drop an item. Just one lightsaber. Here is the center stone where we surrendered our lightsaber. Shuttle out there in the distance. Landing pad. I would assume this is supposed to be the landing pad where the Ebon Hawk is.
My life is yours.
I hear you.
Seat where Mitra, quite frankly, should rightfully be. She's kind of earned her place on the Jedi, especially the Jedi Council. That is it for the council chambers. So the last thing we need to do is head back to that restricted access area. Enter the codes, open the door. Catch up. So this is the restricted access area. You have the Sith holocron there. Take a look at it in a minute. You have that Sith monument there. Double-bladed lightsabers. We'll get a whole lot of equipment in this room. So here's some interesting ones. Darth Malak's lightsaber and Darth Revan's lightsaber. And then Darth Revan's robes. Tulak Horde's mask and Marka Ragnar's gauntlets, I'm pretty sure in the base game. Some Sith Tremor swords and War swords. Sith masks and power gauntlets. You need add for the monument here.
Let me take care of this.
So Ajunta Paul's blade, Exar Kun's robes, Nagasato's poison blade from the first game, Zender's armor, and Legion's Letlo armor. Two interesting bits of lore. Some dark Jedi robes, various kinds. This crystal here you can usually only get on Onderon from the black market dealer, but here's another opportunity at it. Some red crystals. Some Masasi armor, Exar Kun's armor, Ulik's armor. Those are from the base game. Open this first. And some dark side robes, Darth Malak's armor that is in the base game, but it's pretty hard to find.
How may I serve?
We have the Sith holocron. The holocron hums with an eerie presence. Feel the taint on the dark side. So here's your various options. You can either bask in the power of the dark side, which I'm sure gives you dark side points. You can resist the temptation of the dark side and leave the holocron alone, which I'm sure is more the gray Jedi option. Or you can destroy the holocron and remove the taint, which is what we're going to do. And that's pretty much it for the restricted access area. Look at some of the various items here real quick. I can't really wear any of it because it's mostly all dark side. Talk through some of it. Kratos robes, I'm pretty sure those were in the base game. Kratos was a Jedi who fell to the power of the dark side through the mighty Exar Kun. Kratos betrayed his beloved Silvar and was ultimately obliterated when the Karon cluster was destroyed. Given how completely Kratos was killed, it is questionable whether this robe ever actually belonged to him. Regardless, this garment is clearly emanates the power and corruption of the dark side. So Darth Revan's robes. These are the robes worn by Revan during the Jedi Civil War. Revan was captured by Jedi Vassal Shan and her strike team when the Dark Lord's apprentice, Darth Malak, betrayed his former master in a bid to usurp his rule by firing on Revan's flagship. These robes, thought to be destroyed, were stored with other Sith relics locked away by the masters of the Jedi Council within the Jedi Temple. Exar Kun's robes. After his defeat on the fourth moon of Yavin, these robes were all that was left of the Dark Lord Exar Kun. So they have some pretty good characteristics about them. Now, these Legions of Letlow armor. The Legions of Letlow were established by a dissident Jedi who believed that true power was achieved not through pensive meditation, as taught by their Jedi masters, but through emotion. So, interesting bit of lore there. Again, I'm not sure if that's really in the expanded universe. But then you have Zendor, which is basically the general of the Letlow, or the Legions of Letlow. The Legions of Letlow were established by dissident Jedi. We read all that. The tension between the Jedi and these dissident fallen Jedi, led by General Zendor and his lover Arden Lin, grew until conflict erupted, leading to the first Great Schism. Darth Malak's armor here. It's believed that Darth Malak, the fallen apprentice or former apprentice of Darth Revan, once possessed this garment. Malak and Revan are credited with starting the Jedi Civil War, which led to the collapse of the Jedi Order. That's pretty much it for the robes. We'll look at the lightsabers here real quick. His armband, plus one on the dark side. That helps. Nagasado's Poison Blade, like I said, from the first game. Pretty sure those are the same specs. Junta Paul's blade, held by the Dark Jedi even before he fell to the dark side. This may be one of the few truly personal items owned by Junta Paul. It remains as thoroughly corrupted as he. This is Darth Malak's lightsaber. Darth Malak was slain by his former master Revan aboard the Starforge. Revan took Malak's lightsaber as a souvenir, a reminder to never leave oneself vulnerable to treachery. And Darth Revan's lightsaber. This is a lightsaber wielded by Revan, and then the rest of the description is the same as his robes. So, very fascinating. Lots of lore to read about from the items you can find in this mod. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yep. So what we'll do is we'll head back to the landing pad, do some final thoughts for this mod, and that pretty much concludes it. So like I said, it's pretty brief. You can run through it casually in about 30 minutes, but it's a good way to get some very expensive and hard to find items, valuable items, earlier on in the game than you normally would find them. As I said, this does not work with the Restore Content mod at the time of this video. It's very unfortunate. Like I said, I wanted to incorporate this into my Mail Exile playthrough, but it's really hard to play this game at this point without the Restore Content mod. I've been doing it, or I've been playing this game with the Restore Content for about 9 years now, and it's just really hard to go back to the vanilla version. I still wanted to show this off, so I figured this would be a good way to do it. It's an independent video. So would I recommend this mod? Yeah, if you really want to play it, I would say go for it. It does add a little bit to the game. It's fun to go through a couple times. Is it better than the Restore Content mod? Definitely not. But it's just your personal preference. It's a fun mod to go through. But that's all I can really say about it. Lots of good items. But hopefully someday, maybe if they do a remaster, or even if they ever do get to the remake of this game, it's incorporated somehow into versions, or maybe someday someone will be able to work with the codes to be able to get the Restore Content mod, M478, and this Coruscant mod all working together. I believe if there's any mods that get incorporated into a remaster of this game, between the Restore Content, M478, and Coruscant here, all three of those should be added in. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you played it before? Is this the first time you've heard of it? Like I said, it's been around for a number of years now at this point. Probably at least 18 years now at this point, I would say. But if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate all your support. And check out the description as well. Perhaps I'll give a little description as to how you can download this mod. I just downloaded this from the Steam Workshop, but I know there are some links out there as well, in case you still have the disc version, or if you don't use Steam. But anyways, thanks for watching.